Hi guys, welcome to this episode of Richard on the old John Deere. This time I thought we'd have a little look at the tractors I've got on the farm. With 5 tractors at the moment. One man, 5 tractors, sounds a bit over the top. I think it is a little bit over the top, but that's what we've got at the moment. All of the tractors we've got on the farm were all bought brand new. My mother always said, if you're buying second hand, you're just buying somebody else's troubles. So for our sins, we've always bought new. And they've always done us well. I thought we might have a little competition. See if anybody recognises this tractor. This is one of the 5. If you do recognise it, leave a comment below the time when you recognised it and what it is. That would be good. I will tell you at the end of the video what it is anyway, so by then you'll all know. So anybody got any ideas as to what kind of tractor this is? Got a Perkins engine in it there. My dad bought this in 1978. For a long time this was our main tractor. I'll give you a little bit more look at this in a little while, but first let's go and have a look at the John Deere, the newest tractor we've got on the farm. So this is it. This is the famous John Deere that the channel was named after, Richard on the old John Deere. It's a 5090M, around about 90 horsepower. It's from Johnson Tractors there. I bought it off Bob Taylor, December 2010. So it's just over 12-year-old. Around the back here we've got 2 sets of spools there. And at this side, the hydraulic connector for the brakes and your 7-pin plug to connect your trailer lights into. So this is inside the old John Deere. We've got everything nice and conveniently to hand. So we can select our PTO speed with this lever. We've got 540, 1000 and 540 economy there, which is halfway between the two. And then when you want to put it on, you can just flick that switch there and that engages. Nice and easy. These are the 2 hydraulic levers. And this switch here puts it into 4-wheel drive. And that one locks your differential if you're in difficult conditions. The hand accelerator is this one. And these are the spool valves with 2 spool valves on the back there. So they're the 2 levers to operate those. This is the control for the front end loader. If we pull the handle back, that goes up. And if we push it forward, it goes down. If we move it that way, it tilts the bucket up. If we push it that way, that lets you tip out anything out that you've got on the front, out of the grab. Then we've got 2 buttons on the side here. If you push the button, push it that way, it opens the grab up. That's your extra service there. And if you have the button pushed and push it that way, that closes it back down again. And the gears, we've got 16 gears. We've got 4 ranges on the range lever down there and 4 gears here, so that gives us 16. The forward and reverse on the steering column here, so you push it forward to go forward, ends neutral, and back to go in reverse. So we've got 16 forward gears and 16 reverse gears. The only real issue I had with it, I'm not entirely sure that the gearing's quite just on point. It's usually road work. When you get to a road end and you're pulling away with a heavy load on the back, it's finding the right gear just to get it to pull away nicely. I've only had it 12 years. I still sometimes have problems with it, so that's the only issue. But once you get going, it's fine. Around the yard, brilliant little tractor. In the field, it's always done everything we need it to do. So, super little tractor. Well, that one certainly is a super little tractor. The old John Deere. So last time I told you they had a Perkins engine, and if we zoom out a little bit here, well, if I walk backwards a little bit here, that's the same as zooming out. There you go, that must be a big clue for you. There's no door on this side. I'm sure you can tell us now what it is. So let's move on to the next one. This is our Sami 90 Turbo. It's an Explorer 2. This came from Tom Jefferson in 1994. I think we bought this one. It's on the feeder wagon at the moment. And if we have a look around the back here, we've got 3 double spool valves in there. We've got this is the connector, hydraulic connector for the brakes, and your socket to plug your light cables in for your trailers. PTO there. The speed selector for the PTO is outside here. This here is the selector for your PTO. So it's got 3 positions. That is 1000 RPM. That's in neutral. And if we pull it this way, which it won't go now, wait a minute till there we go. When it's in the front hole there, that's 540 RPM, which is what we have it on to run the feeder wagon. These are the gear levers. We've got 4 ranges. And on this one, we've got 5 gears, so that gives us 20. And then we've got a splitter switch around the front here. That's a splitter switch. So that means each gear has 2 settings there. So that's given us 40 speeds. And this lever is forward and reverse. So we've got 40 forward gears and 40 reverse gears. I think some of them have never been used. So probably more than we ever needed, but that's what it came with, so that's what we got. We've got a twist switch there to engage the PTO, and 4-wheel drive and the diff lock switch there, just push button switches or engage and disengage, easy as that. Then down here we've got hydraulic levers, and we've got 3 spool valves there. Well, that Sami certainly gave us a lot of good years of service. We're still using it every day on the feeder wagon, and it still gets used when we're muck spreading or spreading slurry. So let's have a look inside the cab here. We've got our hydraulic levers there, and this little lever at this side engages the PTO. Or disengages it. There we go. And this is round the back here. PTO shaft there. Connector for tipping your trailers, and the fuel filler cap. We'll move on to our next tractor, which is another Sami. So this here is our Sami Explorer 75 2-wheel drive. We bought her off Tom Jefferson. She was brand brand new in 1985. It's got a MX 455 choke loader on there. Originally that was on another Sami tractor that we had, but that was a 4-wheel drive one, and when we got rid of that we put the loader onto this. The 4-wheel drive tractor that the loader was on before, the time we had it 3 years, and it had 2 new clutches in, and the clutch was on the way out again when we got rid of it. But we moved the loader onto this Sami 75. My dad always blamed the fact that it had a front end loader, and I was using it as a bulldozer rather than as a loader, putting too much pressure on the clutch, and that was why it burnt out. The fact it only had a 10-inch clutch in it could have had something to do with it, but we moved the loader onto the 75, and it's been fine on there. We've got 12 forward and reverse gears. We've got 3 ranges, 4 gears there, so that gives us 12, and this is forward and reverse, so you can go forward or backwards in any of those 12 gears. These are the hydraulic levers, and we've got 3 spool valves there. So this one lifts the loader up or down. That's the main lift, that's the single, and then there's a double there which tilts the bucket, or the attachment what you've got on, that tilts it. And this one, we've got an extra service there, so we can use that if we've got the grab on, or if something that needs an extra supply, that one works into there. So that's great. That's to engage the PTO. Well, that Sami 75's seen a lot of work. It's been a good tractor for us. Still gets used regularly. It's up at the summer grazing, and we use it to put silage bales into the shed up there, basically because the John Deere won't fit into the feeding passage. So let's back to our mystery tractor. Let's have a look at the gears we've got on here. We've got a high and a low range there on the range lever, and we've got 4 forward speeds and 1 reverse. I don't know if that's any help or not. If you haven't got it already, you might not be going to get it, but there you go. So we'll move on to the oldest tractor we've got on the farm, the old Massey Ferguson 135. So this here is our Massey Fergie 135. My dad bought this in 1967, which makes it 55, possibly 56 years old. The oldest tractor we've got on the farm. It still gets used every day for scraping out, and it does a good job. Go forever, I think, these old Fergies. We have a front end loader for it, nothing fancy like the others. It just lifted using the hydraulic levers here. That lifted the loader up and down, and you had a handle with a wire that tripped the bucket to let the stuff tip out. It's got a high and a low range, and there's 3 gears and a reverse. So we got 6 gears with the high-low lever and 3 gears on that one. So that was like 6 forward speeds. Hydraulics, 2 levers there. That was the hydraulics. That was about it. And around the back we've got a drawbar there. We have a pickup hitch which held the arms up for when you were using the loader. I'll see if I can find it. I'm sure it's still there in the shed. This is the hitch of our 135. This lever here you could use to lock your arms up. You could drop this hitch down using it to pick a trailer up if you needed to. So it was quite a good little setup. And one oil pipe which had a screw, which has got a screw-on connector there. So that's how long it is since it was used, because they're all push-in connectors now. But that there was the oil connector to tip the trailer. With PTO shaft there as well. The lever to engage the PTO. You need to put the clutch in, and that's the PTO engaged. So this is the only tractor where you need to use the clutch to engage the PTO. The rest, you can do them automatically on the go. When we got it, it did have a cab on it, but that's got, it's rattled away over time. So, and we took it off when we needed, when they had to be fitted with a roll bar. We took the cab off. It was getting a little bit worse for wear by then anyway. It did have lights originally, but it only had side lights and headlights and rear lights. It didn't have brake lights or indicators or anything. It just had lights. It had one ploughing light on the back. A nice old tractor. Can't complain about that one. I think he paid around about just over £1,000 for it with the front end loader, and it would still make its money and probably a little bit more. I think those 135s will run forever. So did you guess what sort of tractor this was? I'll just back up here. There we go. So do you know what it is? Here's the bonnet off it. We've got a Massey Ferguson, look, and it's a 565. Couldn't pull the skin off a rice pudding. Well, that's about all we've got time for this week. Hope you've enjoyed this week's video. And if you have, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you could hit that subscribe button, that would be great. And don't forget to leave a comment down here. Tell me when you've recognised the tractor. That would be great. But until next time, this is Richard on the old John Deere saying bye for now. Bye you all. Bye.